Well, congratulations, boys and girls. We've made it through to another weekend almost. Congratulations on not dying for another week, gang. Good morning to you. It's Friday, the 18th of September 2020, and welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. Not too far away from Halloween, is it, eh? Ooh. Oh, hang on, I think I've got echo on here now. I didn't have it on the last mixer. Let's try that. Does this echo work? Ooh, Halloween evilness. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Halloween is coming. Trick or treat. Don't stay at the front of my door for very long. I'll soon scarper them off, dear. I've actually got vats of hot oil now above my door so that no one knocks there. If they knock, I just push a button and this vat of oil, boiling hot oil, gets poured over the little ones out the front there. Mummy, we got hot oil. Well, don't knock at my door then. Nothing for you. Go away. Well, what sort of mask will you be wearing? I can see already from the chat box this morning. And very good morning to all of you. And indeed, our silent viewers, I know you're there. Don't worry, I know you're there. As silent viewers, keeping well away from the chat box. And quite frankly, when you see some of the chat on there, I'm on your side. Silent viewers, I'm absolutely on your side. Some of the chat that comes in there sometimes, they're screaming and they're shouting and they're and quite frankly, I think most of you have got some sort of mental illness, haven't you? Go on, be honest. Some of you have got some sort of mental illness that's on that chat box. I'm sure that's the case. Possibly, I mean, not too many, maybe no more than sort of 92% of the people on the chat box have a mental illness of some sort. I'm sure that is the case. Not with my silent viewers sitting there quietly, well behaved, just enjoying the moment for what it is, rather than tap, 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 tap. Yes. Anyway, and I can also see that most of you won't require a mask at Halloween either, will you? Certainly not. Already on. You keep it on there permanently. In fact, here's a thing for those of you that have got funny faces, which is most of you this morning by the look of it. Yeah, why not get a face made of someone with reasonable looks so that for one day of the year you don't look pig ugly and scary? I mean, for example, you could take a little picture of me. I'll give you a little opportunity in a few moments' time to take a decent picture of me. Get ready with your print screen thing, whatever it is you do on your picture, or your little click thing that you do on your photos. Do you do that? Do you do that? Do you get a little iPhone and sometimes you're looking at one of those nasty dating websites? Pfft, dating, do me a favour. They're only after a one-nighter, mate. Most of them on there. There you go. Oh, I like that one. I'll just take a picture. And you keep the picture, don't you? You keep the picture of that person. How strange. You even print it out. Is that what you do as well? Well, I'll give you an opportunity now to take a decent picture of me. And then you can take my face to a rubber mask maker. Someone like that. And you can have a mask made. And then for one day of the year, Halloween, you can put on that mask. And you can look pretty ordinary. Well, I say ordinary, but more like an international megastar. You know, are you ready? Here we go. Did you print that all right? Good. Good. But other people who are reasonably good looking, I mean, I don't know any myself, certainly my sister, nieces and nephews, and great nieces and nephews. People like that who are drop dead gorgeous, right? Okay? They will need a mask at Halloween. In the Daily Mirror this morning, it seems a number of people will be donning a blonde wig and demanding to speak to a manager on October the 31st as the Karen, in inverted commas. You know what inverted commas, aren't you? Oh, Christ. Isn't it hopeless? The quality of the lower educated on this channel is just something to be believed. It really is. So many lower educated people on this channel. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got that. We're not interested. It seems a number of people will be donning a blonde wig and demanding to speak to a manager on October the 31st as the Karen is set to become a popular Halloween costume. Now this, I believe, is a Karen. That is a Karen. Now you do not want to go anywhere near one of these. They are dangerous. They're like little rabid animals who think their purpose of self-entitlement to anything they want is got to be seen to be believed. I take great pleasure in watching this sort of person trip over on a curbside and smash their face on the pavement. It gives me great amusement. People like... You know, she'd probably come straight over to you and start screaming and shouting. This is the one that pushes to the front of the queue, probably pushing a pram with those all-important words when she can't get her own way. I've got a buggy. That's anyone like that, steer well away from them. They come and talk to you, just walk off. It's not as easy as that because they come running after you. They're like little dogs. They are. They're like little dogs who haven't been fed yet. And you turn away and walk from or run and they run after you, shouting and screaming and moaning. Often to be found on the phone to various councils and utility firms complaining that their bill is too high. Often found at the end of supermarkets, you know, complaining their bill is too high. No, they're not, my darling. Your bill's high because you keep eating, as we can see. That is a Karen, okay? Good example of a Karen. But they've made a Halloween Karen mask. Have you got a Halloween mask of any sort? What would you like to wear this year? What Halloween mask would you like to wear? Let's see how many stupid comments come in now. Oh, we'd like a picture of you. Is that what you're going to type now? Because you haven't got the common sense to think of anything else this morning. Is that what it is? Here we go. So that Karen becomes that mask. I mean, there is a good... It's very, very similar, isn't it? Look, look. Does anyone's mother-in-law look like that? Come on. They do, don't they? Don't lie to me. Come on, we're all friends here, dear. Halloween is fast approaching, it says in the Daily Mirror, and as always there are so many different costume options to pick from. While we might not be able to have a traditional celebration due to the global pandemic, there's nothing to stop you getting dressed up and enjoying the spooky season. Is that echoing now? Spooky season. The spooky season. With 5 of your nearest and dearest pals. And then it starts going into the virus instructions. It's just every single story. I said this to you the other day. Every single story on there, they have a couple of lines of the story and then they go into the virus instructions again, don't they? Got to stick to the rule of 6 people. Yeah, well, we know that, idiot. Stupid people in the Daily Mirror. If you're stuck for fancy dress ideas, it seems there's one costume that many people are preparing to put on this year. The Karen, as I just showed you. According to Vice, on the back of the Karen meme, I don't know what a meme is. That like a little picture, isn't it? A meme? This is a new word. I keep seeing this coming up everywhere. I'm not sure what it was. Karen costumes are set to be a big Halloween trend in 2020 with asymmetrical blonde wigs and T-shirts that read, I want to speak to the manager. And they're just horrendous people, aren't they? They're the same people that chuck rubbish out of the car as they're going along, waiting for silly old fools like me to walk along and pick up. Another 3 items of rubbish identified last night on the way back home in the car, which I'm going to have to go and pick up later on, going along the river. It goes on. Similarly, those really committed to their costume are able to purchase made-to-order latex Karen masks. Now, I do know some of you are into the rather tacky latex wearing stuff, aren't they? Well, you two of you are probably cyclists, aren't you? Eh? Overweight cyclists. God knows how they get into those latex outfits. Bright green, yellow, orange, dark glasses, that silly helmet. Oh, they need a helmet. It helps to save lives. Have you got any latex, have you? What sort of things have you got, mate? What sort of things have you got? Have you really? Oh, you are naughty. Have you made one of those videos as well, have you? Have you? In your latex, have you? Is there a little hole at the back? It doesn't matter. LA artist Jason had been making handmade masks. Latex masks. How much for one of these? I mean, it's a bit dear for one night out. 140 quid. For a handmade latex mask. And feature a woman wearing makeup with blonde hair and a very angry, scrunched up facial expression. Oh, really? I thought it was Zelda from the Terrorhawks. Do you remember that? Terrorhawks. I love the Terrorhawks. Terrorhawks, stay on this channel. It does look like it would be someone's mother-in-law, doesn't it? Come on, be honest. Who does that look like? Huh? Does that look like your mother-in-law? This bloke's been selling his masks on Etsy. I don't know what that is. And they proved so popular they've since sold out. So there you go. You can get one of those. Have you got a mask? What sort of mask would you wear on Halloween? Go on. Try and think of something interesting. Not stupid. Something interesting. Other unfortunate costume ideas could prove popular for Halloween, including the pandemic itself, with Amazon.com selling disturbing-looking COVID masks. I think that might be quite good. Here we go. Not exactly in good taste. Well, it depends, doesn't it? Not exactly in good taste. If you're one of those people that has absolutely no sense of humour. Gotta laugh at life. But the virus itself has definitely been scary. If creepy costumes aren't your thing and you prefer to dress sexy for Halloween, as I do every morning. Go on, you can't take your eyes off me this morning, can you? Go on, be honest. Are you hoping to see a little bit of flesh this morning? Go on. All right then, come on. Just quickly. That's enough. That's enough. No more. No more. That's it. If creepy costumes aren't your thing, you prefer to dress sexy for Halloween, like in Mean Girls, Yandy.com has got you covered. Perhaps I should have clicked on that before I mentioned it. I don't know what's on there. The online retailer is offering outfits for those who want to dress up as the stars of Netflix's Tiger King. I don't know what that is, including Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. I don't know those. He says, not so sure if these costumes are quite right for me, though. I think I'll stick with my plan of donning a witch's hat and watching Hocus Pocus. Something like that. What about you lot? Have you got any masks this morning? Let's say hello of you this morning, gang. Here we go. Jason Hughes, good morning to you. Hello to Michael Pullman. Morning, Michael. Hello to Peter Wright. Diane Jeb, hello to you. Tony King, good morning, sir. Hello, Tony. Hello, Fran. Fran Gring, there's my nephew, Gary Butler, who I was watching this morning. You made an appearance on the new Butler's Empire channel, didn't you? I saw that this morning. Oh, hang on a minute. I've left my phone on here. Let me just turn that off. 1 second, darlings. I did hear a little buzz there. People have got a habit of ringing my phone while I'm doing it. Well, I haven't actually, not recently, they haven't. There we go, that's off now. Yes, I saw you make an appearance on the Butler's Empire latest video, Gary, while you were making one of your own videos. The new Butler's Empire video is up now for all to watch, boys and girls. I'll tell you a little bit about that later. I was watching it this morning. Morning to Gary Ross. Morning, Gary 2 Tickets Ross. Hello to Jeff and Linda. Good morning to you too. Hello, Jeff and Linda. I'm staying up here a while, actually, Jeff and Linda, so your plants will be all right for another week. Okay, I'm up here for at least now, at least until Thursday next week now. I've managed to do the work that I need to do to keep this show, not this particular show, but the quiz night and the bingo running. I've managed to find a way of doing that work here, so I'm staying up here for a while. I should look after your plants, okay? DSLGD2, good morning to you. There's Adam the plumber. Morning, young Adam. Did you see last week? It's gone now, I think, is it? Yeah. Adam's got a new hot tub he's got a hot tub and he plays bingo in the hot tub, and he's requesting waterproof bingo tickets. Didn't they do waterproof books at some point? I'm sure they did, with like plasticky typed pages. I mean, come on, for God's sake, Adam, you know, the time I send out the bingo tickets, they're usually with you by like 11 o'clock in the morning, aren't they? What you need to do is get yourself a laminator, dear. A laminator. Well, they're good for the environment, aren't they? You know, let's get a perfectly good piece of... Here's my script this morning. Look at it. Get a perfectly good piece of paper that would disintegrate into the ground. Put some plastic in it. There you go. It's there for 500 years. What a wonderful idea that. Who came up with that idea? That's what you need, a laminator. Costs you about 50 quid. Plus the little plastic sheets. Laminate your stuff before you get in your little hot tub. And happy days. I would recommend one of those black waterproof pens as well. Because otherwise you'll be marking off the number. You'll have a little splash in that little hot tub with whoever you're with in there. Or more than one, knowing you, dear. Oh, it reminds me of the jacuzzi at Chariots. It really does, dear. You'll have a little splash, and then all your... Oh, Christ, everything's gone off. You've wet your ink, and it's all gone all over the place. Or even worse than that, removed. And you won't know what numbers you've called out. And then you might shout bingo at the wrong moment and then have to be blocked for insubordination, darling. Very dangerous. Morning, Adam. Good morning, Mr. Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray. I think we have a phone call today. You're due a phone call from me, so I'll give you a call a little bit later on. Morning to Dylan Hutchinson. Good morning, young Dylan. Steve Carter. Hello to you, sir. Morning, Steve. There's our lovely Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Fun things to do with tech is in the house, as indeed is Park Nest and Andy V and Kevin Arnold Ashburner. Morning. I noticed a lot of you just pop in once or twice during the week, which is nice. It's up to you, you know. You're not exactly dragged kicking and screaming to make sure you're sitting there every morning at 8:45. It's nice just to pop in now and again, isn't it? You know what I mean? I couldn't watch me for hours on end. Sod that. Gosh, I can't think of anything worse. How anyone watches this show from beginning to end every day of the week, I do not know. Just mad. Fun things to do with tech. I think he needs a new broomstick, but if he can't find one, he'll have to use a Dyson. Can you fly on a Dyson? I bet he'll be one of the first people to have one of those flying cars, won't he, when they come along. Should have had them by now. Shocking. Jason says you've got to be mental to watch this show. Yeah, quite possibly. And he's got a GIMP mask. Oh, they are scary. GIMP masks, aren't they? Nasty things, dear. Park Nest moaning again because he doesn't get the humour, dear. Look, Chris's next book, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. Yeah, go, will you? Go if you don't like it, Park Nest. If you don't get the humour, just go. You're always offended, aren't you? You're one of them, aren't you? One with a mental disability that's always moaning. Go on, go. Go. You won't be... I'm quite happy to sit here talking to myself. Doesn't bother me. Quite happy to sit here talking to myself forever and a day, Park Nest. I did for years. I'm quite happy to go back to it. Don't bother me. Morning to Daniel Holmes, the delightful Mandy Davenport, who's head of pain and suffering on this channel. Thank you, Mandy. Always a pleasure to see your little smiling face. Scrolling, just scrolling. Da 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 da. Yeah, Park Nest. What's wrong with Chris this morning? The thing is, I share his opinion on his snowflakes. Well, they do, Park Nest. They just don't get a joke. They don't get a joke. No, they prefer to have that permanently miserable face on there, not laughing at anything at all and finding offence in anything. Well, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. So there we are. Andy V, give yourself some credit. You're not silly. Oh, I'm very silly, Andy. I'm a very silly old man. That's what I am. And I'm happy to be like that. You know. Why? You know that thing that mum said to you. Do you remember what your mum said to you? Or whoever looked after you? Why don't you grow up? No thanks. I didn't. Good morning to the delightful Heidi Young. Morning, Heidi. Hope you're well. It's not here. Heidi, I'll tell you what I've noticed this year. Not many caravans for sale on here, is there? Last year there was about 5 or 6 of them. This year, 2. There seems to be 2 caravans only for sale on this site at the moment, which have both been up there for some time, whether or not they're overpriced. I mean, I think one's 22 grand, isn't it? Which is an awful lot of money. I wouldn't have bought a caravan for 22 grand, as you know. I'd spent, I didn't even spend half of that on this. Not even half. Actually, not even about a third. Wasn't it about a third? Not even a third? I don't know what I spent now. Wasn't it? £8,000 I spent on this one. Yeah. I don't know if they're overpriced or something like that on there. It's interesting, but there's 2 caravans for sale on here, and they've both been on for sale for some time, and a wooden lodge over the other side. We've got lodges, you know, wooden lodges. They're quite nice, but again, it's the same season. You're still only seasons 2 months. You can't stay there, you know, you have to move. But one of those things there. Scrolling there. Morning to Mick Davenport. He used to call his mum Zelda. Oh, I bet you did. Terrorhawks, stay on this channel. Good morning to George Bond. Morning, George. Rachel Wheatland. Morning, Rachel. My backdrop arrived this morning. Really? Rachel won the backdrop. We were giving away a backdrop for the Super Chat raffle last week. And oh, that's excellent. I told you, the stuff up here, when I post stuff up here, it gets to people really quickly. Not the case down south at all. Stuff goes missing and everything down there. We get stuff go missing if I post it in Bracknell. And I take it to the blooming sorting office or the post office. I don't like post it in some random post box. I actually physically take it to the sorting office and put it in their, you know, big post box outside there because I feel it goes quicker. But we get stuff lost from there. Lost, damaged. We've had envelopes arrived, ripped open, with stuff missing inside. Shocking. Doesn't happen here. And it can take days. Who was the last? Might have been Gary. Was it Gary Ross? Was it Gary Ross? Someone, it took 5 days for something to get to them. Your thing, Rachel, I've got to tell you, your thing got posted yesterday at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That was posted, and you've got that this morning. Wonderful, wonderful. She's got a new backdrop. Hope you like it. Are you going to put it up somewhere, Rachel? We gave away a backdrop last week. This week's Super Chat raffle is a packet of brand new playing cards. Actually, this is the last packet. I think there might be this one and one for the bingo, but there we go. It's playing cards, okay? So every time I get a Super Chat, you'll get a free raffle ticket, and you might win these playing cards. Each one has a little United Kingdom Talk logo, and me with my pink... it's a flamingo backdrop, so that's quite a recent picture. Okay, and it says 2020 in the corner. That's this week's Super Chat raffle. Okay. There's Dylan Hutchinson. Good morning to Gizmo in Guildford. Morning, Gizmo. Hope you're well there. Nice to see you. Anyone else talking about masks there? Here we go. Daniel Woodhouse. Actually, I find violence extremely distasteful. Every so often, I need the work. It's all right, Mandy. She's so quick. Whenever she hears that sound, she thinks I'm calling her. Bless her. But I like to announce you with that sound now, at least once at the beginning of the show, Mandy. I hope that's okay with you, darling. All right. There we go. Heidi, yeah, it's very quiet on the caravan south front just now. I've decided to hold off as we're happy to enjoy it here just now. Yes, I don't know if people are just not selling them. Well, it must be, mustn't it? Because if they were selling them, they'd be on the board. Unless they're doing it by other methods. I don't know how else you would sell a caravan. I suppose on eBay. How did I get this one? Oh, no, this one. I found this one through Gumtree. Yeah, lovely lady she was. Fatima, her name was. She was on my Facebook. Then she changed her name. And I can't remember what she's changed her name to. And I can't find her. She might have come off Facebook there. Always a £5 super chat there. Thank you very much. Someone wants to... give us a little tip there. Thank you very much, my darling. Let's see who it is. I haven't got down that far yet. Just a second, my darling. Dyson Hoovers are not worth the money. They just fly in the air. Do they really? It's Peter Wright. Peter Wright. A super chat. Thank you, Peter. Let's give him 5 raffle tickets. 240 to 244 for you, young Peter. Okay. 240 to 244. It's about time we had some more pictures from you, Peter. Now, not cleaning ones. We've seen endless cleaning pictures. Unless, of course, you're picking up litter outside. I would have great respect for you if you started doing that. Litter picking, because you know I do that, Peter. Perhaps we could go litter picking together. Would that be something, do you think? Like a date? Would that be sort of a date? Something like that? You know, could you take someone out on a date? What are we going to do? A litter picking? You know, if it interested both people, surely that would be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Pick up those nasty little tins, and worse than that, the plastic bottles or glass bottles. Now, I am also noticing the occasional, but not many, mask. There you go. 240 to 244. 5 free raffle tickets for you, Peter, in exchange for your tip. You're trying to get the cards, aren't you? There you go, my darling. All right. That's for those. That's the Super Chat raffle prize this week. Yeah, I'm seeing the occasional mask. Now, I don't have my litter picking claw. What do you call that thing? You know, the device with the things at the end. You push the thing and you know, you pick the litter up, didn't you? You put the thing down, you push it together, and you pick up the litter, so you don't have to touch anything. Now, I don't have that here. So I pick up the litter with my bare hands. Shock horror. He's picking up litter with his bare hands. Well, yeah. And then when I get home, I wash my hands. Makes no difference if you've got gloves on or not. I was told that once by a nurse. Yeah, she was doing my blood. And I said, oh, I've got a little problem with my blood. You might want to put gloves on. And she said, no, that's okay. And she said, we use a needle to get your blood out. She said, if I've got a thin pair of gloves on or not, makes no difference if that needle goes through. So they don't. Now and again, they wash their hands. That's it. So I pick up the litter manually. Cans, bottles, plastic bottles, glass bottles, fag packets. They seem to come out of the window quite often of people's cars. Crisp packets, sweet wrappers. I'll pick them up, put them in a carrier bag, go along to the next bin, or bring them back here and put them in the bin here. One thing I won't pick up is a mask. It's about the only thing I won't pick up. That and dog poo. No, I need the thing for that. I think you're asking for trouble if you start picking up people's masks. But what I now do is I've got a pocket full of tissues as well. So if I see a mask, I'm going to get those now. You know, retrieve tissue from pocket. It's all very scientific, dear. Very, very scientific. We've got to protect ourselves against evilness. Right? If you're in Newcastle or somewhere up in the northeast, my heart goes out to you. Everything's closing at 10 o'clock, isn't it? In the northeast. Massive lockdown going on up there. Now, am I right now? Has it started? I think it started last night at midnight. Everything will close by 10 p.m. Everything. Pubs, everything. A bit like going backwards, isn't it, really? You think about it? Years ago, people didn't stay out till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They didn't. It wasn't happening. 10 o'clock. A lot of you probably in bed at 10 o'clock, aren't you, my loves? Eh? Nothing wrong with going to bed at 10 o'clock. My sister's usually in bed 8:30 sometimes, 9 o'clock in the morning. She's in bed. My niece is the same in Cyprus. She's in bed 9 o'clock. Me, well, somewhere between 11:30 and 1 usually now, which is much earlier than when I used to go to bed. I used to go to bed about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I never was sitting there playing computer games. I used to be working till 2, 3 in the morning. I'd come home, watch some telly, and then before you know where it is, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning. Not anymore. No, I go to bed sometimes 11:30 even. Anyway, so I retrieve the tissue from my pocket and I place it in hand like that. And in my hand like that. Right? Then let's pretend that this is we've got another tissue here. This is a mask. I then retrieve the mask. Pick the mask up like that and drop that in my bag, and with the tissue still over my hand, scrunch it up and place that in the bag as well. Thank you very much. Protected against the virus. I mean, why do they chuck this stuff out of the car? Why? Why do they do it? And of course, there's plastic in these masks. They got little bits of elastic round each side, just waiting for a beautiful swan or a duck or some sort of other little animal to grab. And then the elastic goes round their beak, and they starve to death, literally. Or it goes round their throat. You know, if this thing falls round their neck and it goes round their throat and then it gets tighter and tighter, they don't have hands to take it off again. All they got is a beak. These things die. It's dreadful, dreadful. So perhaps you could do that, Peter. Pictures of you litter picking. And I tell you what, if you ever sent me pictures of litter picking, I would never, ever take the mick out of that. I think that is a great thing. In fact, there was a thing on the beach, on the news this morning. There she was. The delightful Naga Monchetti was on the telly this morning. Oh, we love Naga. First of all, she was giving Matt Hancock a really rough ride, as usual. Matt's very good, isn't he? Matt Hancock, with these interviews. He doesn't get aerated. None of them do, actually. They know how to sort of deal with the constant barrage of negative questioning that comes from these people now, doesn't it? You never get anything positive. Never. It's constant negative questioning from these people interviewing, including Naga, who we love very much. Just negative, negative, negative all the time. Or even worse than her, Piers Morgan. Oh, the morbidly obese Piers Morgan. How is it someone so ugly has managed to get on the telly like that? Please answer me that question. Just rude and aggressive, and what an horrible man that is. Piers Morgan. Imagine having him as a dad. Oh, just imagine that other kids in school would really rip you to shreds, wouldn't they? If you had Piers Morgan as a father. That being said, he says some things on his chat show, and I totally agree with him. Sometimes. There's poor old Naga, chatting away. It was lovely to see her this morning. And there was an article on after the interview, which was about, I couldn't watch it all because it was coming back in here to do this, around about 8:25 it was. They're doing now a great beach clean-up, which has started now. And all these groups of people, they go onto beaches and start picking up rubbish there. And what they were saying, what do you find? And just the same stuff as I find. Generally cans, drink bottles, glass and plastic. And now they're starting to see masks, throwaway masks. Throw away doesn't mean you throw it out the car window. It means you throw it into a bin. But people are that thick, they don't understand that. Or just can't be bothered, one of the two. Terrible, really, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look. Let's just scroll back up there a little bit where we picked off on there. Heidi's decided to hold off. We are happy to enjoy it here just now. Excellent, Heidi. Heidi, you know that I must ask you, the Norwegian flag, is it like? Oh, I'm just trying to think of the colours now. Is it a green cross with a bit of red on it? Is that the Norwegian flag? I tell you why I ask. When I'm cycling along the river, okay, not the bit between here and Tattershall Bridge, the bit between Tattershall Bridge and Kirkstead Bridge. That's where the road is slightly subsided. So be very careful as you're going along there, because there's these great big crevices in the road where it's kind of falling in, starting to fall to, not falling in, but falling towards the fields on the other side of the river. You know, it's opening up like that. And also the road going from Kirkstead Bridge down to Woodall Spa, I noticed quite a lot of what looked to me like Norwegian flags. They're like a green cross and a bit of red, and I think there's another colour in there as well. Are they Norwegian flags? And if so, why are people? Are they? Do we have a lot of Norwegians living in the area? I wonder. There's a bloke just round the corner here. I think he's got a German flag up. He must be German, I suppose. Has he got a Union? I think he's got a German flag flying and an RAF flag flying. I think, or I might have got that wrong. And there's another bloke with a Union Jack flying as well. The bloke opposite me, he's got a lovely flagpole. It's so high. I'd love to have my 4G transmission mast on top of that. Yes. Perhaps I should have one of those put up. A mast, 20 foot up in the air. I'd love something like that. Thank you very much. Must have a word with Martin, my brother-in-law. Excuse me. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, they are thieves down South, Andy. Stealing all my stuff. Dyson Hoovers. I think I've read that one. Have I gone back upwards again? Oh, I might have gone back upwards. Where are we now? Where did we get to? Peter Wright. Is that where we got to? Yeah. Morning to George Bond. He's going to do another live test stream today. Yeah, I was watching your one yesterday. You kept playing a video with me in it. You play as much of me as you want, George. Do whatever you want, darling. All right. One thing with playing cards, don't use them to do a gap on a petrol lawnmower. Yeah, like my blooming nephew did, Dylan. How rude. How rude. Isn't it? Petrol, I showed you the pic. Did I show you a picture? Oh, talking of pictures, we've got loads of pictures today that kind people have sent in. We've got pictures from John Parrish, Dylan, Steve Carter, Denise Andrews, Rachel, and Mick Davenport. Wow. You've been busy, and thank you very much. And judging by the amount of pictures that have been sent in today, we're going to have to increase the request for likes this morning to 29 likes. Let's see if we can get to that. We've got 13 at the moment, so a little bit of work to do on that. 29 likes, and I'll show you pictures from Mick Davenport, Rachel Wheatland, Denise Andrews, Steve Carter, Dylan, and John Parrish this morning. There we are. We'll see if we can do that then. 29 likes this morning. That's probably the most I've ever requested. Notice I don't say asked for, requested, because it's up to you whether or not you click that little thing or not, my darlings. All right. Excellent. Oh, Rachel's going to try and make that thing 3D, her backdrop. When it's up, I stand my artificial pink blossom tree and fiberglass stag in front of it. Oh, how beautiful. Well, I can't wait to see that, Rachel. That'll give you something to do over the weekend, won't it, my love? Thank you to John Aitken, who sent me a picture of a shaver. Have you sent a picture of a shaver? Okay, where's that? Is that on? Well, I've got no email there from you. No email yet, darling. Perhaps it's still on its way, is it, my love? Thank you, John. Boom, 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 boom. Cleaning picture with a new carpet, Nick. No, we don't want to see your house, dear. We've seen your room endless times. We want a picture of you doing something else, outside the house. You must be able to... I mean, is your phone attached by a wire or something and it can't leave the house? Come on, outside the house. Thank you very much. What else have we got here? That's just called it. It's called a grabber. That's right, John. Grabber. That's what I do. Litter pick up a thing. Park Nest has bought some man-sized tissues. Oh dear! Don't let the left wing hear you say that, my love. They're not man-sized tissues. They're large. They get very upset. Oh, that's really sexist to call them man-sized tissues. Something else to moan about. Oh, we're so excited. Aren't they mad, those people? They're just off there. They're on another planet altogether, that left lot. Those hard left-wing people. They're just the weirdest, strangest, unwashed people. Ghastly people. Hopefully none of them are watching this channel, my love. There was 6x3 man-sized tissue. That is quite a lot, isn't it? Gizmo goes to bed at 7 p.m. That is early. Gosh. That's very... Do you watch the telly in bed? I expect you watch the telly in bed, do you? 29 likes today, please. Good God, 20 already. Blimey. That was quick. 20 already? Well, we only need 9. That was very, very quick. I didn't think we'd get 20 this morning. 29. I thought that would be a bit of a challenge because I think sometimes we give it away too easily. Oh, yeah. We just have 1 like today, you know. Denise wouldn't pick up rubbish without gloves or litter picker with or without the virus. Evil things. Those masks, aren't they? Evil. Okie doke, let's do some more here. I did loads of exercise yesterday. Absolutely loads of exercise. First of all, I went on my bike to my sister's. That's about an hour and 20 minutes each way. And as I say, it's a nice cycle along, beautiful cycle along by the river. When I first left, I thought the wind was a little bit cold. You know, the wind was, it wasn't cold, just cool. It was a little bit, you know, ooh, it's a little bit cold. And I thought, well, carry on. And you get warm. And indeed, that's what happens. You know, you get warmer as you go along. So I cycled to my sister's house, got there, popped in at the, went to the post office and posted those 2 items. One to you, Rachel, and one to someone else. I posted a water bottle to someone. I can't remember. Someone bought a water bottle. Anyway, it's in the post now, so that was all done. Funnily enough, I'd put a large letter stamp on your one, Rachel, as you've probably noticed. And I took it. Can I just check that's the right stamp on it? Oh no, dear. That's another 99 pence. That's another 99 pence. So she did that in there. And then I went to the co-op. Well, I don't know what was wrong with the woman on the till in the co-op. What a miserable old bag. And she looked like Zelda. She looks, you know, the face of people, you know they smoke about 500 cigarettes a day. She's got one of those faces. And she's usually okay. Well, she must have been in a bad mood. Must have been in a bad mood. Because I was at the till, just dealing with not much of a hello. Not much of a hello today. She just looks miserable. Looked miserable. And there was a bloke there. And then there was a woman there. Both 2 queues, you see. Was only one till opener. You'll have to go over there. And the bloke says, oh, sorry? No, that's queue's over there. Oh, right, okay. So he went over to go behind the queue. And the woman over there kindly says, that's all right, you're in front of me, go in front. So he went in front of her. Oh, she's a bit harsh this morning. Then I'm doing my stuff there. £3. I wanted some rolls and some barbecue lentil crisps. They're quite nice. Do them in the co-op. Bit dear, £2. I mean, big bag. £2 for those. So I bought 2 bags of those. One for me and my brother-in-law and sister to share them. I have 1 bag for myself. They get one to share. You know, don't want to spend too much money on my sister, for Christ's sake, dear. So coming out this whatever. I got my little thing out. Oh, it's a card, is it? Yes. I've got my Apple thing. You punched up the thing. And you hold the thing there. Touch the thing. Ping! And right. So I'm standing there now. I put my shopping in my bag. I'm ready. And then it goes, thank you, authorised. At which point I picked up my bag. I've got to... wait a minute. You can't go yet. Sorry? And then this till goes... click, and the drawer open. Okay, you can go now. I have to wait till the till's opened. It said authorised. Silly old bag. I thought you're on one today, aren't you? Who's upset you this morning? Old bag in it. She does. She looks exactly like Zelda from the Terrorhawks. Stay on this channel. I like the little globe things. What were they called? They were the Terrorhawks, weren't they? Dreadful things, dear. Oh, what's happened there? Well, have I got a picture of a dog up there? How strange. I must have hit the camera there. Sorry, gang. That's one actually did. Well, that's Dylan's pictures now. Now, you've seen that picture for nothing. Look at that. That's Dylan's dog. Sorry, gang. I don't know why that is. Should be an email here to go with that somewhere. There we go. He says, my dog's name is Yogi Bear. He is a chow chow. He's lovely, isn't he? Wouldn't you like to cuddle him for ages and ages? Chow Chow the dog. I've hit the mouse there, and brought the picture up too early. All right, sorry about that, gang. How long was that dog picture on there? Was it on there long? Was it on there long? Let's have a look there. It's a ventriloquist dogs. Well done, Dylan. Yes, your dog made it before the 29 likes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only need 6 more likes. 6 more likes, and I've got loads more pictures that people have sent in for you today. Okay? Oh, Peter writes has offered to send us a naked picture of him cutting the grass. Go on then, Peter. I dare you. I dare you. Send me in a naked picture of you doing the grass there. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it, eh? Like something like that. Lots more pictures to come, gang. Don't forget, we've got pictures coming in from today. Mick Davenport, Rachel, Denise Andrews, Steve Carter, and JP as well. All coming up in the next, well, as soon as we get to 29 likes. All right. So, as I say, the old bag in the post office, then I cycled round to my sister's house and we sat in the garden. Lovely temperature to be sitting out in the garden. Really nice. I had my rolled cheese and tomato, something else in there, roll, which was delicious that my sister made for me. And they've got this dog called Barney, which is a Springer Spaniel. It's an old boy now, bless him. Gone deaf, completely deaf. You couldn't, Barney, nothing. You touch him and he comes around. Very, very friendly dog. He looks like a little old man. He does actually look like a little old man, bless him. But he's quite active. He runs around the the garden. And every now and again, he runs to the fence and starts barking his head off, and there's no one there. I just guess he assumes that there's someone there whenever he looks, so he runs over to the fence and barking. My sister loves dogs. She loves dogs and horses. One of her dreams one day is to actually own a horse, which would be nice, wouldn't it? She wants to own a horse one day. I don't know when is the last time she went on a horse. Great niece Evie, I believe, is going on a horse next week. I think my sister was telling me. She's going horse riding next week, possibly for the first time. So that's nice, isn't it? We did have a little bit of a problem with wasps yesterday. I mean, they didn't seem to be attacking us, really. They just flying around all the blooming time and annoying. And one landed on my plate where my cheese roll was. And I sort of wafted. You're not supposed to waft them away, are you? But I did, and it went off. So my sister went out and got the execution bat. Yes, you need one of those in your house. The execution bat. It's like a tennis racket with metal things. Metal things, you know, wires. Crisscross, like a tennis bat type thing, and a button on the end, and you touch it and it becomes electrified, and you execute flies and wasps, and she's running around. I mean, it's blooming dangerous with that bat. I thought any minute now this blooming bat's going to touch me and I shall be electronically cuted. Very dangerous. All right, sis, calm down, dear, calm down. Not a single one did she get. She's wafting this thing around. Oh, completely opposite to that. Great niece Evie is very good at getting flies. She's really good. And you hear them die. They go like that. Aren't they horrible things, wasps and flies? Now, please don't hurt bee. In fact, I believe it's illegal to hurt a bee. And they won't attack you. Not unless you really upset it. A bee will not attack you. I remember going to probably the place I've seen the most bees was Savile Gardens, which is in Ascot, down at the house. And there was this big, massive, loads of beautiful flowers everywhere, and masses amounts of rose bushes. And these rose bushes were covered in thousands and thousands of bees, and we're walking right up to them, like literally like that, right? Hundreds of bees going around these flowers doing their work. Not interested in me at all. Not interested in me. Very safe bees. Don't worry about them. Just don't upset them. Wasps, different thing. They just attack you randomly, don't they? Anyway, very disappointed. My sister with the execution bat. Not really happening there. Not really happening. What's wrong with George? Who's upset George now? Let's have a look. George, Amelia is having a go at me because I'm watching you, Chris. Oh, tell her to shut up. It's only because you're not giving her attention. That's why. She wants the attention. Do you remember when she had a go at you? This is what they do, these girlfriends, dear. Remember when she had a go at you because you was doing a show? It's because you're not giving her attention. She's not getting the attention. That's why. Carry on, George. Just do what you want, dear. Oh, I can't bear it, love. Possessive people. Ever had one of those in your lives? Oh, I've had one of those. A possessive, well, a few. Possessive. They don't want you to talk or do anything else. They want you to be at their beck and call. Don't think so. No, dear, no. Anyway, do stand, if as I say, you know, if you ever see, oh, here, this is interesting. Electric insect killer. It's 770 volts DC across the grid. I put my multi-test across the bars. The current won't be more than a few milliamps, so it won't kill you. Just teach you not to be so crazy or to touch the damn thing again. Some people touch them. Oh, I wonder what this is like. They soon wish they hadn't, don't they? Don't touch one of those death bats, and don't think it's funny if you've got one. Do not think it's funny to go and touch someone with it, because it's not. Not funny in the remotest. Not funny. 23 likes at the moment. We're trying to get to 29 this morning to show you all the wonderful pictures that delightful people have sent through. Okay, so then Martin's there. Now, Martin is not well at all at the moment. He's been suffering with shingles recently, which something that I fortunately haven't had. Something to do with chickenpox, I believe. Something to do with chickenpox. Anyway, quite a painful thing, as Martin has told us. Areas of your body become extremely sensitive, and you can't touch them for pain. Great pain. Great pain. Not only that, he's now got a trapped nerve in his neck. And yesterday, he was in great pain. He was bent over a chair at one point. And so he's having a bit of a rough time at the moment. Hence, perhaps not so many videos or shorter ones at the moment. So do wish him luck and on a speedy recovery. If you see him, I asked him yesterday if he needed anything from me to do. I mean, not that I can do much, you know. What can you do? But it's nice to offer sometimes, isn't it? You know, is there anything I can do for you, sort of thing? There is a new Butler's Empire video up, gang, and it features Gary, and he's got one of those little radio microphones, you know, that he wears there, and you wouldn't know it was here. I use this one here. I've got one of these here. I've also got a little tie clip one that I used to use here, but I found the quality of the voice wasn't so good in the little one. He's got one that he literally puts it behind his shirt. You don't even know he's wearing one, which is quite good. Anyway, Gary was using that, and Martin was chatting there. And once again, he suffers from the same sort of thing as I do on this channel. Stupid comments. Now, don't get me wrong here. Not everyone sends stupid comments. Stupid, pointless comments, and he had one on one of his shows, and the comment was basically, which I've had from a couple of people before, why do you repeat yourself so much? And it was something to do with the model of the car or something. I don't know who it was, something to do with the model of the car, and he keeps repeating the model of the car, right? The same as when I do the bingo later, I'll run through the rules all over again, even though you've heard them a million times. That's because he's thinking of the wider audience and not one person in particular. It's all about me, me, me all the time, isn't it, with some people? It really is. Well, he's thinking about the wider audience. He has new people joining his show all the time. So do I. You know, usually silent people. More often than not, silent people. There's probably one or two people at this moment who are watching this who've never ever seen it before. They'll probably never come back again. But that's not the point. Why do I find that funny? It shouldn't be funny. Oh, but nevertheless, he's thinking of everyone else. People new who won't know that he's got a, I don't know what it is, a Ford Escort something. I don't know what it is. Mondeo. It's a Mondeo, some with a code at the end of it, like M737, whatever it is. So he mentions it on every show, and he mentions the model because he's thinking of everyone else. There are new people joining it. The very fact that you don't want him to say it anymore, well, if you don't like it, just go. Just go. Go. And he got quite angry, as I've done before. You know, he said, look, if you don't like, if you do it again, I'll block you. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just, people don't think of anyone else, do they? So that's why he does it, and that's why I do it. Because there are new people. There might be someone new joining you. Someone new who doesn't know that he's got this particular make car. Someone that knew that has just seen the bingo for the first time and they don't know how it works. Well, I will damn well explain it to them, whether you like it or not. And if you can't be bothered to stay, then just go. We're not bothered. Just go. End of. Morning to Philip Hutchinson. Good morning to you today. Gary Ross says it triggered someone who had a basic Mondeo and couldn't afford the ST220. It's funny you should say that. It's funny that you should say that. I was watching a comedienne. Is that how you refer to a lady comedian? A comedienne, I think. Or is it just all comedian now? Because some of the ladies, some of the women didn't like the fact that they were like manageresses. No, we're a manager. Well, a manageress is the same as a manager, just a lady. No, we're managers. Some of the ladies don't like the fact that they've got a slightly different wording. I don't know why that is, because it's not derogatory in any way, shape or form. It doesn't put you below the man. It was just a way of saying, well, that's a female manager and that's a male manager. I think it's the same with comedians, isn't it? And actors. Actors. Oh, she's an actress. No, I'm not. I'm an actor. Makes no difference to me whether it says actress or actor. You're on the same level to me whether you're male or female. Don't know why you don't like the little bit of S at the end which indicates that you're a lady. Why is that a problem? Oh, because we're left wing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Oh, have I turned on my phone? Oh, for a moment there I thought I hadn't put my text message thing on. Anyway, I was watching this female comedian and she was very, very funny. Very funny. And she was saying, have you noticed that some of us ladies, we talk quietly. We never start shouting. We talk quietly. Do you know why that is? Because we've got money. And everyone's laughing. We don't need to shout. We just like to speak quietly because we got money. That's why. When you're out somewhere and you hear other women shouting and screaming, you know why. I was howling watching this lady. I can't remember what her name was now. Someone had put one of her things up on the TikTok there, you know. TikTok there. Parknest, Chris, you're right. I do the same on car videos. If I say something like, welcome to the next... the next Project Bimmer video, it's my 1995 BMW 318i. I had a BMW once, Parknest, years ago. It's not, funnily enough, I bought it from my brother. Did I buy it from him or did we swap it for something? It was Martin's. It was a really old black BMW I had. Proper drug dealer's car, you know what I mean? I got stopped a few times in that. Black BMWs, they were sort of known as drug dealers' car. I wasn't a drug dealer, I want to point out. But I just had this car. And it was the most comfortable car I've ever had. I've got to tell you. Got to tell you that. The seats were so old that the material would come off. And the foam was obvious, yeah? The foam was, it would just worn away. All where your bum sits, you know, just on the side there. Big bit of material just come away from there. But it was the most comfortable car I have ever had. And it was years old. Black BMW it was. Black BMWs matter. You're absolutely right, Gary. But it was clean. I don't think there was any rust on it. It went lovely. Really comfortable. And unfortunately, we had some snow come down once and I was on the M3. And there's a bit of the M3 at the beginning. If you know the M3, at the beginning, the A316 coming out of Richmond becomes the M3. So it's A316 and it says M3, big sign over there. And you go onto it and you kind of go up and then round and then down, right? And it had been snowing and there was ice on the road. And seriously, I'm not making this up. I slowed down to go round this thing at 30 mile an hour. People tearing past me in the fast lane. I'm on the inside lane. This is 20 years ago, minimum. At least 20 years ago now. 25 maybe. Come up this thing. I've gone to turn the steering wheel. No, not steering, is it? Gone straight forward. Hit the barrier. Span round. And then ended up facing the other way in the fast lane. Nothing coming. Thank God for that. Praise my soul, the King of Heaven. Very lucky. 30 mile an hour, that's all I was doing. If that, I was concerned that we were going to hit ice and spin around, and that's exactly what happened. And meanwhile, you know, managed to get the car to drive sort of for a moment or two. Of course, you're now driving the wrong way because you're facing the fast lane. Scary, man. Anyway, managed to come round and back down into and took it even slower. I think I'm doing something. I had my friend Steve in the car and someone was going out with at the time. Tony, his name was. We were all in the car. It was so scary. And funnily enough, I did the same thing a couple of years later in a Sierra, in exactly the same place. It was icy, went up really slowly. Nope, lost it again. Lost it again. That Sierra, funnily enough, so the BMW, old BMW, and in the end, what happened to that? Oh, of course, so all the front was damaged, the wing, and I thought, oh, I can't be bothered with this. And I think I gave it back to my brother-in-law. I just gave it back to him. Didn't want it. Didn't want the hassle of fixing it. And I knew it would cost me an arm and a leg to take it down to a garage and have it fixed. And it was very old. And I thought, well, I'll give it to him. He'll be able to fix it for pennies. And that was it. I think I just gave it to him. I'm sure I did. Gave it back to him. Yeah, shame really, because it was so comfortable, really. The Sierra, funnily enough, that I just mentioned there, that was the most uncomfortable car I ever had. I'm always like this all the time on this blooming car. And it had those stupid sports bucket seats. Perhaps that's why it was so uncomfortable. This one I've got now is very comfortable, the Toyota. Very comfortable, as was the Yaris and the little, what was the Igo? I had one of those as well. Very useful. So there we are. Yeah, Martin was going into one, and absolutely right. You know, really stupid, pointless comments on videos. I just don't understand why people do it. You know, really ridiculous, stupid comments. I just skip over them now when I think so. How are we doing? 25 likes. Oh, so close now. Only 4 more likes, and I'll show you all these pictures that delightful people have sent in today. Okay. Let's go up a little bit there and have a quick look. Are you enjoying my little... I don't call them rants. I don't like that word, rant, really. But I get where you're coming from there, Philip. I do get that. I do like that comment you put there, Gary. Someone who couldn't afford the ST220. Oh, dear. All right. Yeah, don't take any notice, George. Just do what you do, George. I think it might be time for a new girlfriend, to be honest, George. Get rid of her, love. Don't hang around. There's no point. Once it's gone wrong, don't hang around. Just move on to the next one, and you'll be lonely like me. Oh, God, that's what happens. Fran had a Mark II Granada. That was comfortable. Lovely car. Bit big. I thought about one of those, Fran. Bit big, those Granadas, weren't they? My first car was a Triumph TC. Triumph TC. Little blue thing it was. Lovely that was. Anyway, so wish Martin better. I've got a little bit of DIY to do. Actually, Gary, might be a job for you to do. My door seals. The rubber is perishing. In fact, it's come off in a few parts. Now, I thought, you know that draft excluder you can get? The rubber glass draft excluder that sticks. You peel off a bit of sticky, don't you? And you just put it along the door. Would that do? Or am I asking for trouble there? Probably. Eh? Rubber door seals that go around my caravan door. Some of them are quite badly perished, excuse me, on the sort of side. And I don't know, they seem to be pushed into this door somehow and they expand. I don't know how to do that. That might be something for you, Gary. I might have to put a little post up on the... actually, I'll ask Rory across there. He'll know what to do. He's very good. Rory over there. Where's George gone? He's gone. Oh, there he is. I've been gay before. Have you, George? All right. Well, you just... some people are completely gay. Hello. Some people are completely straight, although there's none of those on here. Don't make me laugh. Come on, boys. Don't make me laugh. None of you are completely straight on here. Well, apart from my nephew. He's the only one. I'm even a little bit worried about my brother-in-law, to be honest. I have seen some pictures recently. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And my sister's quite happy about them. That's all I'm saying. Nothing's been said. I've just seen a certain picture. You'll have to ask him. What is the picture that Chris is talking about when you go onto his channel? Yes. That's all right. Anyway, some people are completely that way, completely gay. Some people are completely straight. And some people like both. They can't decide. Greed, I think, is the word we're looking for. Ah, isn't it funny how Mark Bowles appears at that point? When I say some people like both. Isn't that funny? Have you noticed? Wasn't that funny then? It's like a little message was sent to me by God above. Little Mark Bowles has appeared. He can't decide, can he? You know, 1 minute he's virtually on the train coming over here, and the next minute he's going back to his girlfriend Tina. Oh, please. Look, Andy V. Oi, 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 oi. I am fully straight. Yeah, of course you are, Andy. Of course you are, mate. Yeah, of course you are. Good morning to the lovely Maureen. Wish Martin better. That's come from Maureen. All right, Martin. If I don't know if my brother-in-law's watching, he may well be still in bed trying to recover, although he's not been having much luck sleeping, unfortunately. But Maureen wishes you well if you're with us today. Okay. Morning, Stacey. Jeff, you can get a roll of door or windowsill from Caravan Spare Shop at Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells. Okay, Jingle Bells. Caravan Spares. That should be quite a quick job, shouldn't it, Jeff? Yeah, I thought I'd do that before it starts pouring. We start having storms and things like that, you know. There we go. Good. Oh, look at them all! Look at them! Look at them all now! Look at them all now! It's always those. You see, the thing is, ladies, it's always the ones who come back to you straight away and says, "I'm definitely straight." It's always those ones who are a little bit sus. Oh yes. It's usually and you get like ugly people who are straight because none of the gays want them. Take, for example, Piers Morgan. There's one. He'd love to be gay. No chance of ever getting hold of anyone. Not with looks like that, mate. And you can lose half your body weight as well while you're at it. Morbidly obese Piers Morgan. Oh, look at Andy. Oi, oi, I am fully straight. If you say so, Andy, love. If you say so, darling. I reckon Jeff's probably straight. Him and his lovely wife, Linda. Absolutely. Absolutely. No question about that. Let's see who else might be straight on there. Not Mark Bowles. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, my nephew, Gary. Oh, Fran, a druggie smashed into us. No insurance. Isn't that awful when that happens, Fran? Because you haven't got anything. You get no money. It's not fair, is it? How unfair is that? For someone who's no insurance, they smash into you, and you get no money. Up to you to sort it all out. Dreadful. Sorry to hear that, Fran. Actually, Gary did have a T-shirt once on. I'm not gay, but a tenner is a tenner. He did have a T-shirt once. Oddly enough, I don't think anyone offered him any money, but that's just the way it is, you know. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Thank you, Jeff. I'll have a look for that. Oh, Ingermold's. Oh, that's Ingermold's Caravan. I'll have a look online for those. Caravan door seals, very important there. Mark's been at the gym, Chris. Want my joggers? Yes. You see, I didn't have to think about that. Yes, please. Please send them over. Thank you. I will indeed do that, Stacey. Yes, indeed. Okay, we have 28 likes. One more like. That's all I require. One more like, and then I've got a load of pictures to show you this morning, all right? Went swimming again last night. That was at the Jubilee Park, Woodall Spa, Lido. Not so many people there this time. In fact, in the lane that I swim in, which is the middle, there's only 3 lanes there. There's the fast lane. No, we don't go in that one, dear. You don't want to get in the way of a fast... They're like cyclists. Fast swimmers are like professional cyclists. You get in their way, oh, it's a nightmare. No, so we have a fast lane, a sort of medium slow lane, and we have a, what do you call that other lane? Just a muckabout lane. Lots of children in that lane there. All the little people are playing with their mums and dads and things and that. And that's quite nice, you know. Sometimes the little kids come over, and that's all right as long as they don't get in the way. You know, otherwise, I have to smash them in the face. Oh, sorry. Sometimes they accidentally stray over, but they're very big lanes, and they have to be, of course, because of the virus thing going on. And there was only 3 of us in this middle lane last night. And it was lovely. Got there about 7 o'clock. Oh, it was a bit colder than it was the other night. Not the water, the outside. And I seductively removed my clothes. I stood somewhere that people could see me properly, you know. I carefully peeled off my T-shirt. I had to peel it off. It's got so tight with the weight I've put on. And got in the water. You walk straight in. It's not cold. And off you go. And once again, I managed my 40 lengths. I'm quite proud of that. I managed 40 lengths in there, up and down. It's a reasonably large pool. Very nice. Very nice. Got out and dried myself off around the pool. I don't use the toilets or the changing rooms at all there, because you don't want to touch things if you can absolutely help it. And it's very, very well run. I felt a bit sorry for the boys and girls walking around the pool yesterday. They looked a bit cold, because outside the pool, of course, it was cold yesterday. You know, it was outside. It's a little bit cold outside the pool, but it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. And I came back here, had my dinner, and I booked... what did I do last night? I came in here, got today's show ready. No, actually, first of all, I came in here, got back to the caravan, and I watched the last episode of Dennis Nielsen, which I'll come on to in a moment. Then I came here in the studio and I ordered a couple of prizes. That's because we're running out of stuff at the moment. I've ordered another clock for the Super Chat raffle. We've got another clock coming. Hopefully this one will work. But that's on order. Okay, so there's another clock, because I know that's popular, for the Super Chat raffle. And I booked another 3 sessions of swimming next week. Tomorrow, all 7 PM ones. Tomorrow I'm going. Saturday, I'm going. Monday, and I'm going Wednesday. Another 3 sessions. £6. It's not bad. It is all run by volunteers, this particular pool. There's no council help with that at all, so they have to make their own money. So after, when you've done your booking, you're at £6, so 6, 12, 18. And then a little box comes up. Would you like to make another donation? And I donated another £3. I put another £1 on each one, so another £3. And then another box comes up and says, do you want to gift aid the extra £3? And they get, I don't know, an extra 30 pence. You may say to yourself, that's only 30 pence. Yeah, times that by 100 people, that's 30 quid. Times it by 1,000 people, that's 300 quid. So it's worth doing. So I ticked that little box. So I booked up another 3 swimming sessions. I did a lot of exercise yesterday. There was the hour 20 minutes there, hour 20 minutes back from my sister, cycling, and the almost an hour in a swimming pool. So great. That's what I did last night. All right. So I watched the last episode of Des last night while I was having my dinner. John Aiken there says Des was brilliant. David Tennant will win a BAFTA for his creepy performance. It was absolutely bizarre. That whole Dennis Nielsen thing, when you watch it on the telly, and they get it as close as they can to what actually happened. It was absolutely bizarre, all of it. Just how calm and collected he was all the time, and the stuff he did. Anyway, the Daily Mirror. If you haven't seen it yet, please do watch it. It is on the ITV iPlayer. Now, what do they call it? Oh, the ITV Hub, which I hadn't used for some time. Of course, I can't remember my password, can I? So I've had to set. Honestly, I had to set up another account, put a new password in, and connect it to the telly. But I got through it in the end and watched that last episode of Des. If you haven't seen any of it, there's 3 of them, an hour long each. Really worth watching. You'll just watch it. You won't be scared. It's not like a horror thing. It's just weird, bizarre, and as John says, creepy. It's creepy. Really is. And the Daily Mirror go on about the whole series. I just want to read you out the last part of this, because we don't see this in the pre-programs. And it says the killer, who seemed to have no remorse, once said, I don't lose sleep over what I've done or have nightmares about it. This is Dennis Nielsen. He was jailed for life and told he would spend the rest of his days behind bars. He died in May 2018, so just over 2 years ago now, at the Full Sutton maximum security prison, alone and in agony in his cell. He was 72 when he died. Nielsen had been complaining of stomach pains and was taken to York Hospital, where he was diagnosed with a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm, which I think that's something to do with a burst vein. Something like that. That sound about right? Which surgeons managed to repair. However, the operation caused a blood clot, and Nielsen's inquest heard he died slowly over 2.5 hours. When he was found alone in his cell, he was lying in his own poo, and the coroner heard that Nielsen spent his final hours in excruciating pain. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Recording his verdict, the coroner said Dennis Andrew Nielsen died of natural causes. So that's how he went out. That's how he went out. But it was bizarre. Of course, one of the places that he used to pick up people, boys actually, they used to pick up boys in various different places, and he would befriend them, get them home, get them drunk, and then strangle them. Really. There was one part coming towards the end of last night's programme where he met his biographer. He'd had this bloke coming in to write his biography. I think he just wanted to be a star. I don't know what he wanted to be. Bizarre, really. Anyway, this bloke come out to write a biography, and he was in court now. So he's asked his biographer to meet him in the court place, and he's behind this glass thing, and they're talking. And then bizarrely, he says to him, he's got an open neck shirt. He said, "Can I borrow your tie?" And his biographer says, "Why do you want to borrow my tie?" He said, "I haven't got one. I don't want to go into court now and create the wrong impression." It's just so weird. Absolutely bizarre. "I don't want to go into court and create the wrong impression," he says. And then the bloke says to him, "Well, haven't you got a tie?" He said, "Well, I had 15... He said something like, "I've had 15 ties, but I haven't got them anymore." Of course, because he'd strangled all the boys. And he just came out with that. And one of the places he used to pick up the boys was the Black Cap, where I DJ'd for 18 years. And I came in there at 1989, I think it was. 87 or 18. I'm sure it was 89 I joined. 1989, and I think his stuff was 1983, so not far off it. Funnily enough, I know some of the drag queens there, and I sent one of them a message last night. Nikki Vixen is her drag name. She doesn't do it anymore. She's got a very bad back. Very professional. Very, very good she was. Lovely, lovely person. And I said, "Did you know any of these boys?" And she didn't. No, she didn't know any of them, fortunately. Okay. Dreadful. So that was Des last night. Daniel can't see the show. How strange. You can still type in the chat box. Why is that then? Why can't you see the show? How strange. It's just making irrelevant tablets. Heidi, that's one way of pulling, I suppose, if you're into that kind of thing. No, not really. Oh, dear. I think we'll let's remove that comment, Andy V. Keep it clean, please, Andy. All righty. Now, how are we doing on likes? 31 likes, right. Okay, gang, let's show you these pictures today that you've kindly been sending in. Where shall we start today? Let's start with... well, you've already seen Dylan's dog. There he is. Is it a chow chow, did you say, Dylan? Is it a chow chow? Yogi Bear. Here's a chow chow. It's called Yogi Bear. Isn't that lovely? We love Yogi Bear. Thank you very much for that, Dylan. Nice to see little Yogi Bear there. A couple of pictures today from Mr. John Parrish. There we go. John, where's John's notes? One moment, please. There you go. So this is Verona in Italy. Italia, ciao bella. Verona in Italy. Who's been to Italy? There's John there. What's he looking at? That's that pose. He's not looking at anything. Why do people pose like that? And what is he doing to that poor lady's breasts? Honestly. And he was there with Juliet. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore out there, Romeo? Touching Juliet inappropriately there by the looks of things. Thank you very much for those, Mr. John Parrish, who always does excellent pictures there. Thank you, John. We got Denise Andrews sent in a couple of pictures. Now, Denise makes stuff. Make stuff. She writes, "Hello, Chris. Thank you for your daily entertainment." Thank you, Denise. I do look forward to your shows. Attached are a couple of Christmas wreaths I have made, this time recycling various fabrics and also hidden battery fairy lights. Each strand attached by hand. Keeps me busy when I'm not watching you, and that's from Denise. Look at these. And she sells these for charity. She does sell these for charity purposes. We should have another one coming up there. Where's the other one gone? Where's the red one? Come on, change. Why isn't that changed? Just a second, let me have a look at that. There should be two on it. Oh, I see why. 128,000 seconds. Well, that's never going to change, is it? Hang on a minute. There we go. That should change in a moment now. Give that a chance. And as I say, she makes these... there's the other one. Isn't that beautiful? I like the red one. I think I like the red one, Denise. And she sells them for charity. Beautiful. I always like to see people's craft work, don't you? Wonderful. Once again, there's the green one. And we've got the red one coming around as well. There's the red one. My money's with the red one, Denise. Beautiful. Thanks for sending that in. Beautiful. You got anything you want sending in, boys and girls? Any pictures, anything like that? Send them through. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk is the email address. Anything at all that you want to send through there. And we've also got Steve Carter. He's sent in a couple of pictures here. There we are. There's his two dogs. Couple of different photos. My dogs, Bronson, the pit bull, and Peggy. Oh, look. Peggy the pug puppy. Aren't they lovely? Bronson and Peggy. Oh, look at him looking at her. Or is it hims or her? What does it say? One's a man and one's a girl, is it? I don't know. Oh, they look happy together, don't they? Look. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that little dog with his little black face. Bless his heart. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. And we've got Denise, Steve, Dylan, John Powers. Mick Davenport sent this in. He's been doing chocolate cookies. Look at this. Chocolate cookies. Mick Davenport. Hi, Chris. I just thought I'd upset everyone and make some chocolate dip cookies and fudge cookies. P.S. They taste amazing. There you go. Look at those. They do look nice, don't they? Are the little white things, is that fudge or is that white chocolate? I don't know what that is, really. But they look absolutely delicious. Thank you, Mick, for sending in those. And one more picture to show you on the show. And thank you very much for all your likes this morning. Lots of likes today. Thank you for those. It's from Rachel. And Rachel sends in this. Now, Rachel said she could see an owl in my backdrop, in our new backdrop. Can you see the owl in the backdrop? Can you see it? Go and have a good look. Let me just remove myself from the picture as much as possible. I'm trying to keep back. Can you see that? I can actually see that now that she's shown me where it is. Have you spotted the owl yet? Twoo! Tweet woo! Tweet 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 woo! Well, Rachel kindly pointed out, and I couldn't see the owl in there. I can see it now. I can see it now, bright as the day shines. Look, there it is. See it now? There's the owl. Twit twoo! Twit twoo! Now have another look. Bet you can see it now. Yeah? See it. Twit twoo! Twit twoo! I think you need an owl on your programme, George. Get an owl on your programme. Eh? There you are. That's all our pictures today. Want to send some more in? Feel free. Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk is where you send your pictures on, and I shove them up there. Please only use the email to send pictures through. Don't do it on any other method because they get forgotten about, okay? I do everything from email for the show. Otherwise, it gets all over the place. Christopher Davis, chocolate cookies, time to get fat. Chocolate cookies, Christopher Davis, we like them. We like them. Rachel loves the dogs. Don't you, my love? Yeah, we need some pictures of your ducks, actually, Denise. The green and gold thing she sent through there. Let's see if we can get that back up there. There we are. The green and gold one was an order. Most people do prefer the red tartan one, so thank you to Denise for sending those. Says, can we have some pictures of your ducks? Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Oh, Dennis Nielsen used to go to the Cohen in Earl's Court. That was my local. Oh, my God, you nearly got picked up yourself. Perhaps you weren't good looking enough. Is that... Perhaps that's why you didn't get picked up, John. You're alive because you're not very good looking. Could that be the reason? Oh, I'm pulling your legs today, aren't I? I'm very naughty today. I'm feeling very naughty today. Mandy's got 3 hours. Woo! But I'm not telling you where. £100 for the backdrop. No, you're not having it. It'll come out in the raffle, but not very soon, I'm afraid. That'll be up there at least 4 months, maybe as much as a year. I take them down when I've had enough of them, really. Although the balloon ones, I quite like the balloon ones. I did like the balloon backdrop. That was I really like that balloon one, you know. Right, what else have we got here? Okay, let's do some of these wonderful stories this morning. Do be careful if you put your hand in the water in a canal. In the Daily Star this morning, a huge fish has attacked a man at a canal, leaving him in hospital. This retired schoolteacher, Steve Lightfoot, was targeted by a pike in Macclesfield Canal near Bosley, Cheshire, where it sank its teeth into his hand. Nearly eaten by a blooming fish. I didn't know pikes attacks people. I thought most fish swim away from you, except for sharks and... What are those nasty little things with the... pythons? No. You know, with the teeth. What are they called? Little sharp teeth they got, haven't they? Tarantulas. No, that's a spider. Oh, the little fish. You know the ones I mean. That eat things. Steve lives on a houseboat. He'd been trying to get his sunglasses he dropped out of the water when the nasty incident unfolded. He was treated in hospital and says a week later his bandaged fingers sometimes still bleed from the deep cut after his run-in with a pike. He's 55. He said, when I put my hand in the water, there was a flurry of water and I felt a sharp pain and the pike was falling back into the water. Oh, it's horrible, this fish. What are those little fish with the little teeth that attack people? I can't remember what they're called now. Yeah, look. Oh, hang on a minute. Just a minute. Here we are. What's going on with this camera this morning? There we are. Look, evil. Look at the teeth on that. It's a pike. Can't think of the name of those other fish. Hang on a minute. Let's see someone say there. Piranha. Thank you. Piranha. Thank you, everyone. Piranhas. They're evil, aren't they? Evil. Yeah. Don't put your hand in the water. What else does it say about that? At the hospital, they'd never seen it before, so I had to research it, he says. The pike is a member of the barracuda family. It's nasty and it shredded my fingers. Although there's no lasting damage, Steve says he's now wary about what may lurk beneath the surface. I mean, there we go. You see people jumping into rivers, don't you? You do. I saw it up there near Tattershall Bridge. There was people swimming in that dirty river. Well, it's not dirty, but there's just green stuff in there. There's all this green stuff floating around in the river. Oh, it's dirty, dear. Not going in a river. There was 2 boats the other day, actually, when I was walking along the other side. There's kind of 2 bits of the river. The other side, it's got no road or anything, so I walk along that way sometimes to the haunted house. There was 2 boats in there. One, it was going along that way, and it had what I can only describe as a jigsaw on the front, a giant jigsaw. And it was going bang, 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 like that into what appeared to be the ground. It was quite long. like that it was going. And then there was there were 2 yellow boats. That was going one way. And the other way was another boat with like almost like a rake. And he was pushing this green stuff towards the, I don't know what they were doing to it, towards the bank maybe. Something like that. Very strange. Very strange. Oh, morning to Paul and Lou. Thanks for joining us. I mean, why bother even? Look, an hour and a half after we started the show. How rude. Oh, how rude. Heidi Young, very rare event. They do attack ducklings. Oh, keep your ducks safe, Denise. Pikes are on the way to you as we speak. Them and the piranhas. Evil things, piranhas, aren't they? So that's the pike story there. He got a tetanus jab, and antibiotics the size of horse tablets. Do you like Casualty? Yeah, little Mandy's ears have pricked up here, haven't they, Mandy? Casualty? Casualty? Again, this one's in the Daily Mirror. Good news, gang. Do you remember there was an episode of Casualty that was missing? They missed an episode out. Do you remember that? Months ago, wasn't it? The Daily Mirror, the BBC, have decided that they will air an episode of Casualty that they skipped in May amid concerns its content would be inappropriate amid coronavirus. Why is it inappropriate? Why is it inappropriate? I'll wait till you're here. You decide. The BBC have decided they will finally air the missing episode of Casualty. The corporation have set a date for September the 26th, which is next Saturday. It's not tomorrow, next Saturday. What day is it? It's Friday, isn't it? Which is next Saturday. Okay? September the 26th, 4 months after it originally intended to go on air. Concerns were raised at the time about the episode's content, namely that it featured strong parallels with the coronavirus pandemic. Well, so what? I don't see why that's a problem. If it's going on in the world, surely you'd reflect something like that on Casualty, wouldn't you? Is there a bright light coming through there? Is that all right for you? Are you all right with that? Yeah, that's all right. Now, after careful consideration at the Beeb, you can just imagine it, can't you? All these managers piling into an office discussing whether or not they should show the show. Oh, like a committee. Anyone been a member of a committee? Oh, Christ. They'll never get anything done. All they do is sit there rowing and shouting and screaming at each other. Committees. Church committees are the best. Oh, Christ. All these little old ladies who are so nice in church, then they get involved in a committee. Suddenly, they're very, very important. Don't ever get involved in a committee or a residence scheme or anything like that. Dangerous places. You get your house firebombed if you don't agree with everyone else. Titled Code Orange, the episode follows character in the emergency department as it goes into lockdown in the fallout of a chemical attack. Kate Oates, head of continuing... This is her position. She is head of continuing drama. They make up these jobs for managers, you know. There are so much management at the BBC, you couldn't wake it up, I tell you. They want to get rid of half of these people. What? Wasting the money on fortunes, absolute fortunes. Forget the stars. Some of these managers are on an arm and a leg. So her title is Head of Continuing Drama. Kate Oates, Head of Continuing Drama at the BBC, said, "We are really proud of this Casualty episode and excited to share it with our episode." Oh, there he is. Oh, I do like that nurse. What's his name again? I can't remember now. There's a nurse in it. He's very good looking. Bit young for me, really, but never mind. I'll show you anyway. There we are. That's the nurse in Casualty. He's very delicious looking, isn't he? I can only dream of ending up with someone similar like that. Isn't he lovely? Look at him. Can't remember what his name is now. He plays a gay nurse, actually. He does play a gay nurse. And teasing what drama we can expect, Kate added, "We know Casualty fans will be delighted to watch the never-before-seen moments of the Phoenicia, Will and Ethan love triangle, and to see the whole of the ED come together to tackle an invisible threat. Fans breathed a sigh of relief at the announcement, having to ask for the episode to be made available on iPlayer since May. At the moment, they're on a transmission break because they've run out of episodes, didn't they? So that's on next Saturday. Excellent. Of course, it probably won't fit in with what we've been watching, I would imagine, because it kind of out of sequence, isn't it? We've seen one or two after that, but like that. Philip Hutchinson says Casualty is nothing like in real life. Yeah, I've heard that before, yeah. Yeah. Good. What else? Morrison's. What about this? Wet eggs. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Wet eggs. I kid you not. It says, we've seen a lot of rather unusual things in supermarket of late, from customers wearing paper bags over their heads as a face covering to Christmas food, making its way onto the shelves before we've even celebrated Halloween. But shoppers are particularly disturbed by a recent spot in Morrison's. This is in the Daily Mirror. Someone took to social media to share their disgust after discovering what they dubbed as wet eggs. Wet eggs. Who says in his post, "This is the most wretched and cursed item I have ever witnessed." It says they continued. Also, it's in the meal deal section, which implies that this is considered lunch. Does this count as a main or a snack? I have so many questions and no answers, says this bloke. So I shall read you what is said here. Right. The photos alongside the shelves in the supermarket show the shelves in the supermarket packed with plastic bags filled with hard-boiled eggs and a liquid. That's strange. I've never seen anything like this. Have you? Have you seen this? One person asked on his social media post, "I'm sorry, but what the F is this?" Why does it say 5 boiled eggs when there clearly are at least 20? Why can I smell this through the screen? Why does the preservative look like wee? Says someone. Another commented, why does it say others weren't quite so horrified but did find the whole thing amusing? Someone said, I want to eat this for lunch at work just once. Just casually lift my egg sack out of the fridge and start powering through them at my desk, joked someone else. It doesn't sound like a nice thing, does it? A bag of hard-boiled eggs, peeled, I suppose, and in this bag of liquid. Don't say whether they're peeled or not. Someone added, this is funny and gross at the same time. A spokesman for the company explained that they were selling them to avoid waste from the salad bar. They said these boiled eggs are prepared for our salad bar. Sometimes, rather than wasting them, we offer them to customers directly. So there you have it, folks. The mystery of wet eggs has been solved. We aren't sure why there's so many in the bag. A question for another day, perhaps. I don't like the sound of those at all, do you? Would you buy a bag of those? Wet eggs. A bag full of eggs in some sort of nasty liquid? Don't think so. Don't think that's in the Daily Mirror today. Have any of you seen that anywhere? Pickled eggs? It's a different thing, pickled eggs, isn't it? Don't they come in jars? And you can buy. I've seen those in fish and chip shops. Pickled eggs. Oh no. Mick Davenport likes pickled eggs. Oh. Egg sacks. Horrible things. Don't like that. Want some free cash? Daily Mirror again. Martin Lewis was on the telly last night. Did you watch him? He's very sure of himself, isn't he? God, I'm sorry he loves himself. Didn't he walk off on TVAM? Sorry, you know, the ITV breakfast thing. I heard that he walked off the show because they cut his interview short. Because they all have to run to time, you see. You see that on the BBC, you know. They have to, everything has to run to time, you know. Although they don't seem as bothered about time as they used to. I must say that on those TV channels. Whereas before, you know, 8 o'clock would mean 8 o'clock. The second hand, you'd watch the second hand going around to 8 o'clock and something would start. I don't seem to so bothered about that anymore. You know, you can be 15 seconds past 8 or just before 8, you know. ITV are even worse. Minutes pass by. But Martin Lewis, he walked off there, so one of the newspapers said, because they cut him short and refused to go back on. He left. Anyway, Martin Lewis has explained how people can get more than £100 for simply moving their money to a new bank account. He says, free cash, the switching bribes are back, he told viewers of ITV's Money Lewis Martin show. Martin Lewis Money Show. To do this, you need to pass not too big a hassle credit check, move 2 or more direct debits across when you switch, and meet the minimum monthly pay-in, which tends to be about £1,500 to £1,750 a month. Okay? And if you do that, his 3 top picks, if you swap your bank account to HSBC Advance, they will give you £125 in your account and 2.75% on your savings. That's quite good. RSBS Rewards, if you move to them, they will give you £100 one-off payment and you get £3 a month from them. And Club Lloyd's will also give you £100 if you move your bank account to them, and you get freebies with them as well. I don't know what the freebies are. And that's all you have to do, literally. As long as you pass the credit check. It's not bad, is it, eh? £125 just through moving your bank account over, as long as you've got enough money going in there. Then you can get that. Morning to Shania, who's a secret viewer this morning. Good morning, lovely Shania. Shania is head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. Good morning to you, Shania. I'm getting a bit iffy here now because I want to go for a wee. This is because the shows are going on so long now. It never used to happen, this problem. We might have to have a music break in a moment. We'll see how we go. Oh, actually, a good point to do that is when I play the birthday videos. Look out for the iPhone. There's a new update for your iPhones. Okay? There's a new update. You'll find that widgets come up now when you press the button. How do you do that now? Hang on a minute. I can't even do it. Oh, I think I've got my camera still open. There we go, widgets. Widgets. Where are the widgets? Widgets. Come on, widgets. How do that? There we go. Widgets. I've just got 2 widgets on there at the moment. My one of my switch things, which I can turn things on and off from, you know, on smart plugs, and my Waze thing down there. I did see another article in the paper saying with the app makers, the people that make the apps, they're not very happy with Apple at the moment because they rolled out this update and haven't given them a chance to update their apps to work properly with it. But there you go. But there's a new thing. It says if you've ever panicked that an app might be listening through your iPhone's microphone, Apple have got you covered. The latest iPhone update adds a new warning dot. Looks orange, a little orange warning dot that alerts you whenever your microphone or camera is activated. So let's see what happens. If I bring up the camera. Oh, I don't know actually. Oh no, I've got it switched off, haven't I? So it's not going to work. A little orange dot should appear. So if you see that orange dot's on, something's using your camera or microphone. It says in the Sun it's all part of the new iPhone update. In iOS 14, which is what it was, an orange dot will appear in the upper right corner of the screen when a microphone or camera is activated. By swiping into your control center, you'll be able to see details about which app is using the microphone. So that's a good idea, isn't it, eh? Fears that apps have been snooping on you have been around for years. Many Facebook users say they've spoken about something out loud only for related adverts to appear soon on the app soon afterwards. I've certainly found that. You've been talking about something, I don't know, cars. Oh, we're talking about BMW cars. Be very interesting later if I open that phone and see an advert for a BMW car, wouldn't it? You know? Users reckon Facebook is using your iPhone's microphone to listen in on real-world conversations to help target ads. But is this true? Facebook have been very clear about the matter and say it isn't using microphone readings to target ads better. But I mean, a lot of people, they don't believe anything they read anyway, do they? So one of those. I've got a sat-nav, Andy, yeah, and it's free. Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's very, very good. Very, very good, that. Very, very good indeed. All right. I'll whisk through these news stories for you today. Nice expensive cup of coffee for you? How about £50 a cup? How's that sound, all right? £50 a cup? Coffee connoisseurs with deep pockets are being invited to try a super brew in the sun, costing £50 a cup. £50 for a cup of coffee. How's that sound? No sandwiches. It's not like going for afternoon tea here. The posh hotel. No sandwiches. No cakes. No biscuits. Just £50 for a cup of coffee. But there are only 15 servings available. Now, where can you get this? The Ethiopian Cup of Excellence is made from rare beans, which recently sold for around £2,000 a kilogram at auction. Upmarket London coffee shop Queens of Mayfair was one of... Do you know, I'd love to take my sister for that. She drinks coffee. I don't think she'd see the value of it, but I'd just like to take her there to experience a £50 cup of coffee. Upmarket London coffee shop Queens of Mayfair was one of only 2 British buyers and is now serving the brew on a first-come, first-served basis. The £50 serving equates to a large cup or two small ones. The beans are expensive because they have an industry grading of 94 out of 95. I don't know what that is. They won this year's Cup of Excellence contest, a World Cup for coffee suppliers globally. The beans are ground by hand, brewed in a V-shaped filter with fine paper to let coffee come through, drip by drip, then served in a crystal wine glass. Is that doing it for you or not? The suppliers say as the flavour develops and intensifies as the coffee cools and is light, fruity and floral in flavour. Queen's co-owner Victoria Shepherd said to have such a rare and highly sought-after coffee to offer the true connoisseur highlights the standards we are aiming for. The posh coffee producers will get the full auction price for their beans as part of a fair trade deal. So there we are, you know. Do you drink coffee at all? Sort of, we've had it around for a while now, all these sort of different coffees, haven't we, you know? Like cappuccinos, and you can even buy your own machines now, don't you? My mates have Rafi, but he hardly uses it, actually. They've got this coffee machine and all these little, what are they called, little plastic pods. Got these pods, and he puts this pod in his machine, pushes a button, and then 3 hours later gets this tiny little cup of coffee, gurgles, and it's doing all that business, isn't it? All these different coffees, and the ones with the caramel on the top. You go to Starbucks and they put little shapes on the top of the coffee and all that business, didn't they? I've had it around for a few years now. My mum was always happy with just sticking a spoon in a pot of Nescafe, putting the powder in the bottom of the cup and adding some water. She was very happy with that. Not anymore, they're not, are they? Oh, I don't know, all these different coffees that you can buy now. Starbucks, it's expensive, isn't it? Don't you think a cup of coffee is expensive? There's I know the Bracknell train station at Bracknell, there's a little, you know, they have those little booths, don't they? It's sweets and crisps, and he does tea, £1 a cup, which is, I think, is reasonable for a cup of tea. £1 a cup, don't you? That's not bad, is it? Right. Do you wear glasses? Well, it might stop you getting coronavirus. I mean, there's a lot of technical stuff in here. I'll just try and pick out the bits that might be of interest. In The Sun today, wearing glasses could reduce your risk of coronavirus, a new study has suggested. Then it gets really complicated with Experts in China just said that 10% of patients admitted to hospital with COVID-19 early in the pandemic needed glasses. It gets a bit complicated there, but basically they're saying it could reduce your risk of getting it, because one of the places that the virus goes into you, it says here somewhere, is through the eyes. For daily wearers of eyeglasses, who usually wear eyeglasses on social occasions, wearing eyeglasses may become a protective factor. There we are. Should be back with you now. Sorry about that, gang. A little that was strange. We've not had that before. The computer just completely froze, just stopped. Had to do a restart. Never mind. Back now. Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure where we got through on that story. But, no, I've no idea how far we got on that story. Never mind. Back now. There you go. All right, my loves. All sorted there. How are we doing on time? Gosh, it's late, isn't it? It's ever so late now. Glass tables. Who's got one of those? Have you got a glass table? A little glass table somewhere. Dangerous. Daily Mail. Glass coffee tables are surprisingly serious risk of a major injury and even death, according to a new study. Scientists at a university found that more than 2.5 million injuries involving glass tables are reported every year. Most incidents occur when the people fell onto glass tables, often breaking through or were cut by glass after the table was broken. Because it's not all safety glass, apparently, researchers urge new legislation and public safety campaigns to protect consumers against the dangers of glass coffee tables. Have you got one? Have you ever had an accident with one of those glass coffee tables? You can do some serious damage with glass, can't you? Serious damage. As some of the windows, you know, if you've got windows in certain places, I think at the bottom, isn't it the bottom? You know, if you've got like windows, window, and one at the bottom, I think the bottom window has to be a certain type of glass to stop something like that happening. You know, if you accidentally kick the glass or something. So dangerous. It says about 15% of injuries were classified as severe when people went to the hospitals. Terrible. Most glass dining room and coffee tables are made of glass, not tempered glass. Now, tempered glass, it says here, is treated with chemicals or heat to make it crumble into small chunks when broken, rather than breaking into jagged shards like plate glass. Have they got like car windows? That's tempered, isn't it? So if you smash it, you just get tiny little pieces. I suppose they could cut you, but not like, you know, slice a hand off or something like that. Very dangerous, dear. Glass coffee tables. Have you got one? I have got one here, actually. It's only a small one, to be honest, here. Very small, square thing here. Back at the house, I've got a long one like that. Philip Hutchinson uses a certain type of glass in his windows. The clear type. Very good. Oh, well, never mind. Philip has personally broken 2 on one occasion, cut myself badly. Oof, nasty. Yeah, that's nasty. I can just imagine it, a glass table, something like that. We'll do one more story here. Okay, one more story, and then we'll do today's bingo. In the metro this morning, make sure you dress up decent if you're going to some sort of decent restaurant. Now, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, doesn't really matter. Feel free. Go in there in an old tracksuit bottoms or whatever you like. But if you're going to a restaurant, for Christ's sake, know what how to dress. People haven't got a clue anymore of how to dress or be, have they? Really? In the metro, 2 friends claimed they were turned around from a restaurant because their clothes looked too chavvy. Are you paying attention there, Mark? David said he was left close to... a bloke, was left close to tears. Oh, for Christ's sake. And feeling like a second-class citizen when he was told he would not be able to eat at the steakhouse in Kent. He said they phoned up beforehand to clarify whether the clothes would be okay under the dress code. They plan to eat at a Miller and Carter steakhouse in Maidstone to celebrate David's friend buying a new car. David, who's a civil servant, well, you should know then how to dress in a restaurant, shouldn't you? We'd driven past the restaurant a number of times and we like to try out new places to eat. We noted that they had a dress code, and to make it absolutely sure we weren't in any violation of this, we both placed individual calls to the restaurant to confirm this. Convinced they were appropriately dressed, the pair arrived at the restaurant just before 6 o'clock, but didn't get any further than the foyer. Wearing a pair of jeans and a top, David said he was left feeling like a second-class citizen as staff reviewed his outfit. He wore a pair of shorts and a T-shirt for the meal, which he claimed the staff had deemed too chavvy for their dining room. Well, it's their restaurant, mate. They can do exactly what they want. You know, it's their restaurant. You can be stopped from going into a shop. If the people that are running Sainsbury's don't like you, you ain't going in there, mate. You've got no right to walk in any shop. Really. They decide they don't like you. That's it. You won't be going in there again, mate. You know, you have to remember that and be a bit nice to people sometimes. Or dress how they should be dressed. It's like these people that, they send it. You often see it in newspapers, don't you? A child that has been sent home from school because they're not wearing the correct school uniform. Well, wear the correct school uniform then. That's what the rules state. There they are in the paper, miserable, long faces. Oh, my child was sent because he had the wrong socks on. Well, what did he have? Well, he had white socks on. What does the school uniform say? Grey socks. Hello? Clue in the rules? You stupid people. Stupid, self-entitled people. Do what the rules say. Oh, I ain't doing that. I do what I want. Well, you won't be going back to that school then, will you? Eh? Stupid people. Even down to the point of sitting here doing my show. This is my little show and I do it as I want. When people really annoy me, I get rid of them. Bye-bye. End of. Or going further along the line, Gary Owen. He don't put any of it with any BS at all. None of it. Bang. Gone. It's his show. He can do exactly what he wants. Exactly what he wants. Oh. It's a shame though, isn't it? He got stuck like that. Does it say what he... There's no picture of what he wore. But... yeah, I see the point. Yeah, look, so he's turned up like this. This is a posh restaurant. You can see where the problem is straight away. I don't need to be told. Right, posh restaurant. There you go. He's turned up like that. No, I don't think so, sunshine. I don't think so. And where's your socks? Dirty old trainers and shorts? In a posh restaurant? No, mate. No idea at all. You must have some nice clothes. Why did you turn up like that to a posh restaurant? You wouldn't get into Harrods like that. Oh, at all. You'd be all right at the Trawler's Catch in Skegness. Rachel says, my girls have a better dress sense than myself. Do they really? Philip says he wouldn't want him in my shed. Chris Davis is still in bed. Oh, honestly, dear. Mark Bowles, Maidstone is my old hometown. Oh, that was so close to... It's not far from Bracknell at all, Maidstone, Mark. Oh, just think you would have been having a secret affair with me by now. I wouldn't have told her. I wouldn't have told her, eh? Oh, dear, look, Peter Wright's trying to be a producer again. Time for a cup of tea, Peter. Bye-bye. When are you going to stop trying to produce my show, darling? When? Right, okay, gang. Let's do this morning's raffle tickets. It's raffle ticket time. Who wants a raffle ticket? Please speak now. Oh, gorgeous ones. Let's go. Maureen gets ticket number 217. Denise, Maidstone, Bearstead is my hometown. Oh, I didn't know that, Denise. Didn't know that. Here we go. Jeff. Oh, Jeff's first today. Jeff. 218 for Jeff. Colin K. Thank you, Colin. Colin K is ticket number... Sorry, Jeff, did I read your number out? 218 for Jeff, 217 for Maureen, 219 for Colin K. Diane Jeb, 220. Michael Pullman, 221. Philip Hutchinson, 222. The draw for this takes place on Monday morning, okay? As always, I say to you, don't worry if you can't be with us live on Monday morning for the draw. Just go back over the recording when it pops up a little bit later on, see if you've won, and then claim by email. All right, my loves? Philip Hutchinson. Jason Hughes, 223. Tony King, 224. Mark Bowles, 225. John Aiken, 226. Denise Andrews, 227. Heidi Young, 228. Fran Green, 229. Daniel Holmes, 230. Christopher Davis, 231. Rachel, 232. Ross Herndine, 233. Any on there? 233. Oh, is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Oh, any texts? No texts. Okay. If I've missed anyone... Oh, Paul and Lou. Thank you, Paul and Lou. 234 for Paul and Lou. 234 for Paul and Lou. If I've missed anyone out now, please speak now, you gorgeous people. Dylan Hutchinson, 235 for our Dylan. Hutchinson. 235 for Dylan Hutchinson. Thank you, Dylan. All right. If I've missed anyone out, please speak now. Meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 18th of September, 2020 to Charlie Ray. Hello, Charlie. Little Charlie. Oh, no, it's not little Charlie. It's another Charlie. 40... Sorry, Charlie. I know another Charlie Ray. 40 years old today. Happy birthday to Charlie Ray. Kelly Ray. All right, Kelly. Hello, lovely Kelly. 40 years old today. Can't believe you're 40, Kelly. That's untrue, isn't it? I knew her when she was a little girl like that. 40 years old, Kelly Ray. Happy birthday. Chris Marshall today is 64 years old. Callum Abyss. Excuse me, Callum is 29 today. He does a bit of singing. Hello, happy birthday, Callum. Charlie Levy Music today, 24 years old. All right, Charlie. Krishna. Hello, Krishna. I always remember you, Krishna. Always remember you. Used to come singing at the karaoke at Belusi's London Bridge. Lovely chap. 34 today. Happy birthday. E.J. Crow. Happy birthday. And Clive James Cognetta. Happy birthday to all of you on this Friday morning. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yes, birthday. There you go. There's your birthdays. And Peter Wright coming up on the end there. Why was I put on timeout? Well, you know, I told you why you were put on timeout. You keep trying to produce me. I will not be produced here. I don't need a producer for this show. If I get a job somewhere, I'll probably require one. Not in here. I don't need you coming up every 5 minutes telling me I've done this wrong or I've done that wrong. Get on my bleeding tits. Peter Wright, ticket number 236, but we don't hold it against people. When someone's done... I hope you noticed that. When someone's done something wrong, I move on. It's never referred to again, darlings. There we are. That's it. All right. 236 for Peter Wright. Is that everyone's raffle tickets, my loves? Excellent. Okey-doke. There's Gary. He's popped back for the bingo. Yes. Rachel's now got one of your stickers on the back of her car. I hope the scrap people who come by don't think I'm telling them to pick it up. Is the car that bad, Rachel? Is your car that bad that scrap people might come and pick it up? How ghastly, dear. Alrighty. Let's play bingo this morning. I've just got to bring the software back up because we had to close that down a moment ago to fix our little fault. That was just an unusual fault we had this morning, wasn't it? That's not really happened before. Okie doke. Can we get that up now? Just give it a second. There it goes. Right. Time for our daily game of bingo, gang. You're playing for another raffle ticket, basically. You're playing for ticket number 237 underneath Peter's one. 237 there. Okay. 237 we're playing for there. And it gives you another chance to win one of these. One of our highly sought after fridge magnets. And the raffle, which you're playing for the ticket to possibly win one of those, will be on Monday morning. All right, Monday morning. Okie doke. As always, you need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket. Now, I'm a little bit concerned here because I don't know if the fact that we went off and came back has affected your clocks, has affected the time in which you can see that. So, let's choose someone. Let's choose someone sensible. Let's have a look. Heidi Young. Heidi Young. I'm going to say now. And could you just type in yes when I've said now? You ready? Now. Okay, so you're running about 30 seconds behind me now. Okie doke, about 30 seconds. That should be all right. We might give you a little bit longer to claim today because of that. Yes, it took longer than it does normally, so I think you might be running behind me. That was due to me having to stop and then start. I did wonder if you heard me then, I did, to be honest. Can you hear they're mowing grass or something? Someone's mowing grass or cutting down a tree. I hope it don't end up on my head in here, that tree. Alrighty. Okie doke, gang. What's she got? Rachel's got a Honda Odyssey. She's built like a tank. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. All right. No, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Doesn't matter how you're watching. I'm just concerned that everyone would be able to claim within that minute and a half. So I think we give it 2 minutes today to claim. All right, because we stopped and had to restart the computer. All righty. So you need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo card. When I realise someone's won, I will stop the game. We will then have 1.5 minutes to claim your prize. Shout bingo in the chat box. 2 minutes. 2 minutes today. Okay. If you don't claim within that 2 minutes and we've moved on to the next number, for whatever reason at all, you've missed the shout and we carry on for someone else to play. No exceptions for that at all. If you're too late claiming, if the message just takes ages to get through, it makes no difference. Whatever the reason, if you don't claim within that 2 minutes today, then you've missed it. Alrighty. Here we go then. Eyes down. Here comes your first number today, boys and girls, which is rather unlucky. Unlucky for some. 1 and 3, 13. Here we go. 1 and 4, 14. 7 and 5, 75. 5 and 6, 56. Why does it always happen now, my Tourette's? Always seems to happen doing the bingo, doesn't it? 7 and 2, 72. 1 and 9 and a 19. No, 19. No, 19. 19. 6 and 9, 69. All on its own, little number 9. 6 and 8, 68. 6 and 3, 63. Lots of likes today. Thank you for those, all right. 1 and 5, 15. 3 and 7, 37. 8 and 5, 85. 85. 8 and 5, 85. When I get the Tourette's out, just to warn you, it's unlikely I will ever swear. I don't have that. There's different types of Tourette's. Mine is noises. I'm not aware that I'm doing them. You know that, don't you? Some of the Tourette's is really quite offensive, you know. But mine isn't swearing. Mine is noises. 70, blind 70. 3 and 1, 31. 3 and 8, 38. Shut up, Gary. 2 and 3, 23. You should be making my dinner for later on. Going round Gary's house for dinner later. 1 and 8, 18. Chris Reardon. 5 and 2, 52. Is that interesting? Do you find that interesting, Gary? 8 and 6, 86. All the ones, legs 11. 5 and 7, 57. 2 and 5, 25. What's wrong with you, Peter? Getting to work today, no bus? There probably was a bus, it just didn't want to pick you up. That's your own fault. You only bought 1 ticket yesterday, didn't you? You know you're supposed to buy 2 tickets for that bus. 2 and 5, 25. Top of the shop, blind 90. Probably just drove past you when you weren't looking. Don't let him on. Those tyres can only take so much weight, you know. 2 and 4, 24. He lives 300 yards from work. And you get a bus, you lazy so-and-so. You get a bus for a 300-yard journey? Oh, well, I know where the weight problem's coming from now, dear. You need to go and exercise a bit, dear. Here, Mark Bowles will go round and give you a little bit of a jog. Still waiting for those shorts, Mark. 4 and 9, 49. 6 and 5, 65. 8 and 2, 82. For all the 5s, 55. 1 fat, morbidly obese Gemma Collins. No talent whatsoever. Number 8. 3 and 6, 36. All on its own. Number 4. 1 and 7, 17. 6 and 4, 64. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 7 and 8, 78. 5 and 1, 51. I've got painting to do again today, Mark. I'm hoping that the third coat, is it the 4th or 3rd coat I do on this bit of wood will be enough. Because the first 2 haven't been. There's still bits of wood showing through. And there's splashes of paint now on the side of the caravan as well. I said to my nephew, I said, do I need to put tape over that? He said, no, don't worry about that. 4 and 7, 47. 4 and 3, 43. All on its own, number 3. 4 and 8, 48. 3 and 9, 39. 8 and 3, 83. 8 and 7, 87. 5 and 4, 54. 4 and 5, 45. 6-0, blind 60. 2 and 1, 21. 2 fat, morbidly obese, completely, totally untalented Gemma Collinses, 88. Oh, I hope that's not a swear word, Peter. There's going to be a row on the chat now. Let's watch this. Oh, yes. I do like a row on the chat box. Watch them go for each other, Peter and Mark Bowles now. You see, you want moderators to stop this happening. I don't think so. It's very exciting watching these people row. Oh, we need more moderators. We can't cope with the comments. Well, don't watch then. Go! All on its own, number 5. All the 7s at 77. 7 and 6, 76. Andy V says it can't be a swear word because we all have one. Well, yeah, some of us are bigger ones than others, Andy. When's the row going to start? We're waiting for the row. All on its own, 1 click, number 6. 4 and 6, 46. 2 and 8, 28. 4 and 1, 41. 8-0, blind 80. Oh, here we go. It started. Look, it started. 7 and 3, 73. 3 and 2, 32. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. Yeah. 4-0, blind 40. Peter, are you not gonna reply to Mark? He might have popped out for another donut, I suppose. I don't know. 4-0, blind 40. 7 and 4, 74. I had a donut the other day. It was only one of those little ring ones at the seafront. With sugar. Donuts. I like the ones injected. I like the ones injected with jam, don't you? Oh, there goes Peter. I hope those ducks wouldn't do that to Mark's bum. I'll be doing that to Mark's bum, not his ducks. 3 and 5, 35. 3 and 5, 35. 5 and 8, 58. We must not go beyond the terms of decency on this channel. 2 and 7, 27. The ducks are asleep, are they? All on its own, number 7. How are we doing? Anyone nearly winning? 2-0, blind 20. It's 11 again. God, it's ridiculous. 1 and 6. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. Boris is 10, number 10. He'll be in there working out what to do next. We might be stuck in our caravans, Heidi, mightn't we, darling? We can't move around. 5-0, blind 50. Did you see the state of those bins last week, Heidi? God, so much rubbish. Can't get it in there. 7 and 9, 79. 6 and 2, 62. Someone's nearly won here, look. Ooh, all the 6s. Clickety-click. 66. Click, click, click. Mark needs his little safe space. Yeah, I'll get you out of that safe space. Don't you worry about that, sunshine. Don't think you can hide from me. Order 4 and 2, 42. Fran's going. See you, Fran. Bye-bye, love. 42. All the 3s, 33. Yeah, I know what you mean, Heidi. 33. Oh, the wasps, dear. The wasps. Oh, here we go. We got a winner. 6 and 7, 67. All righty. 67. You got a minute and a half and then another 30 seconds. There you go. Time to claim. Claim or shame. Here we go. Mark's work on the door. Nothing will get me offended. I've heard it from people far bigger than me. Mark, when you come to my house, can you wear your doorman outfit? Can I have that? Oh, Denise has claimed. Blimey, she claimed in like 10 seconds. That was quick, Denise. There we go. Let's close the clock down. Denise is on a winning roll with these tickets. Yes. Okay, Denise's numbers. 5, 10, 19, 25, 28, 31, 43, 45, 50, 67, last number, 68, 73, 78, 85, and 87 for little Denise. Well done, Denise, darling. Hang on. Let's just delete that game. Close that down. All right, nice one, Denise. 237, Denise. Oh, I've got a little sneeze. I can feel a sneeze there. Is it coming? I don't know if it's coming or not. There you are, Denise. 237 for young Denise. All right, my love. I'll put those in the pigeon box in a moment in our raffle thing. I don't usually do another story. Actually, no, this story is too good. I'll save it for tomorrow. It's quite amusing. Quite amusing. Yes, indeed. Another chance for the fridge magnet. Nice, Denise. All right, fridge magnet for you. Well, I thought it was a reasonably successful show today, don't you, gang? We've had a little bit of a laugh. Thank you very much for joining us. Back again, of course, tomorrow morning, Saturday, 8:45 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to go for a nice long walk now. I identified a couple of items of rubbish to be picked up, so a long walk today. And then come back for my lunch, and tonight I'm going to my nephew's for dinner, which I'm very much looking forward to having there. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. Remember, do subscribe to the Bingo channel. thebingochannel.co.uk is what you need to type into your address bar for that. And we're going to be shortly changing over Sunday Bingo onto that, not the daytime, not the weekday one. The main Sunday channel Bingo will be on its own channel soon. Just hit the subscribe button on there, and we will be playing on there shortly the longest ever bingo game, which will last about 12 hours. Okay, and there will be a prize for that, probably a water bottle. Okay, so you'll want to play that. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:45. Have a nice day. Cheerio.